In this episode, I answer a question from a massage therapist from Michigan who was having trouble getting clients to continue care and get on a maintenance program, mostly feeling like they're being pushy and coming across as salesy. I cover the following in the episode: understanding why selling something that can truly help someone isn't pushy or greedy, the importance of ongoing and continued care, tips and strategies to make the process easy and consistent, and some minor rantings about the broken mindset conversations people have in their heads that hold them back. I hope you get something useful from the show. Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Treatment Revolution podcast, where we teach massage therapists a new treatment system that eliminates the frustrations of not getting consistent results and produces long-lasting pain relief for their clients, all while working 50% less. If you're new to the show and you have no idea as to who I am, my name is Dr. 𝐜𝐸𝐴ZIO, and I got my degree in chiropractic well over 15 years ago, but I've never performed an adjustment in practice and focused my treatments solely on doing quality soft tissue based work. And I believe that the best and safest treatments in the world to help fix injuries and get people out of pain are soft tissue treatments delivered by world-class massage therapists. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the show. All right, so this question came from Luke in Michigan. Let's read it. It says, I've been a massage therapist for 7 years now in my solo practice, and I focus solely on my treatment solely on injury relief and recovery. I first started in a chiropractic office and always thought it was super shady how they kept telling people they needed to come back forever and never fully resolve their problems. So I decided when I got on my own, I was going to fix them so they didn't ever have to come back. I am seeing now that once I get clients fixed up, I tell them to just call me back when it gets bad again. And when they do come in down the road, they're so jacked up and it feels like we have to start all over. I'm starting to see the importance of continued care, but I don't want to come across as pushy as the chiropractors do, and I don't even know how to structure a maintenance program myself. Any help or insights would be greatly appreciated. I wouldn't even care if you yell at me and tell me to fix my mindset and get out of my own way. Thanks for sharing that question. And just a quick reminder, if you do have any questions you want me to cover on the show, send them in. All the information to do that is available in the description or wherever you're consuming this video. So just a quick disclaimer. I have to say this a lot because I get a lot of people that at me and say, oh, this doesn't work for me, blah, 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 blah. When I'm talking about stuff, I'm talking about my own perspectives, what I do in my own clinic. I'm always talking about treating chronic pain, treating injuries and pain. I don't do relaxation. I don't do recovery. I just solve problems. I have nothing wrong with people that want to do traditional massage work. They want to do recovery, relaxation, Reiki healing, whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. It's fine. To each his own. But I am specifically talking about chronic pain treatment. And that's what everything is geared upon in this episode, in this podcast, and everything that I share. My own perspectives. I'm sorry if it doesn't meet yours criteria, what you do, then don't listen to the show. That's fine. We can still be friends and go on our merry way. So first off, understanding why selling something, that nasty word, sales. And if it can help someone, it isn't pushy or greedy. I've had it for years. I still get it every once in a while, and a lot of us do. Got this negative mindset around money. Like, oh, money's this, money's that. It's bad. People that have it are bad. If you don't have, whatever. At the end of the day, all money is and all it's there for is an exchange of energy. So if I do something for you, you're going to give me some energy back for doing that. And if I need something from you, I'm going to give you some of my energy. That's why currency was created, for us to exchange energy. That's all it is at the most basic standpoint. It doesn't have an emotion behind it. It doesn't have any feelings. It's just to exchange energy. Next, sales aren't dirty or sleazy. Well, most of the time they are. You know, when you're going to buy a car and you get screwed over, or someone's trying to sell you some nonsense you don't need. But we, as chronic pain treatment experts and people that can truly help someone, we have something that can truly help someone, that can make a difference in their life. So we have a duty and obligation to sell our ass off. If we sell our ass off, we're going to help them. We're not pushing them. We're not giving them something they don't need. We're not selling them a bunch of nonsense. We can truly help them. Another mistake I made for years, and I when I finally stopped doing it, it was great, is this idea of like, don't sell from your own wallet. You know, be like, oh, that might seem expensive to you. Maybe you're cheap. Maybe you're a miser, something like that. Other people, it won't. And instead, price yourself high enough that you, first off, feel valued. And secondly, the client takes it serious. The clients that pay more take it more serious. When you're charging accordingly for what you do, you're not giving discounts. You're not, trying to be the cheapest person around. It's good for everybody. We all win. Next is just the importance of ongoing and continued care. And I saw this as well in the question from Luke. He's like, I just want to fix them so they don't have to come back. I see this all the time where people are like, oh, yeah, I don't want you to have to come back and fix me. Never again. I mean, I'm going to fix you and you're never going to come back. Like, stop with all that nonsense. I see it all the time. You're never going to be able to fix them for good because they're going to continue to have problems. So, the way I run my practice, and a big part of what I do is like communication and education for the client. And I use a lot of like analogies, especially like a dental analogy. So when they first come in for the injury and they're having all this pain, all this discomfort, I say, hey, think of this as this first round of treatment is like I'm the dentist and I'm going to go in and drill your tooth out. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to feel great when we do it, but your tooth is going to feel better. Then what we do is we show them things to do in between with their posture, with their lifestyle, with their exercise, with their movements, maybe some corrective exercises. That's like brushing and flossing. And then I tell them every once in a while, you come in and get it clean before it becomes bad again and we don't get another cavity. That's the idea of like continued care. You wouldn't go to the dentist and they like see you once. They're like, all right, just come back when it gets real bad. They're like, hey, come back every 6 months. Get your teeth cleaned. Same thing with your body. It's even more important. The thing with your teeth is you can see your teeth. They're out there. They're in the open. If you got some nasty teeth, people are going to know it. But if your muscles and your joints and your ligaments and everything's all jacked up on the inside, you're not going to see it. So getting continued care is really, really important. It's going to keep you functioning and moving better and keep this problem from getting any worse or coming back as well. You would never be like, hey, I got this horrible cavity. And the dentist goes, hey, just wait till you get a really nasty one again and then come back. And I'm like, no, brush and floss, get a cleaning every once in a while to keep this problem from becoming bad. So some tips and strategies to make the process easy and consistent. Number one, and I talk about this all the time and most people fight me on it, especially massage therapists, is quit selling your time. Instead, sell the result. So I always say if you can fix a problem in 30 minutes, that might take someone 2 hours. You're 4 times more valuable. So I don't ever say like, oh, the follow-up treatments are this amount of time. I'm like, the follow-up treatments are this, and this is what we're going to do. Here's our goals of what we do. And what I do in my office is I sell in phases. So I have 3 phases as we go. The first phase is called we're going to go in and repair the tissue. That's like we're going to go in and drill the cavity, get it out of there. Phase 2 is where we're going to heal the tissue, where we're not going to see them as often. We're going to give them things to do from home, lifestyle modifications, some corrective exercises, things like that. And then last phase is just maintain the tissue, coming in every once in a while and go from there. A big thing that you got to continue to do, and I messed this up for many years, is like continuing to sell them every visit about the progress they're making and how they do. So we're really good on the front one, the first treatment or the first visit. We're like, hey, this is what you got. We're going to do. But as you go on, you got to continue to sell to the client that they're doing good. I do this thing called win the room where I'm like explaining to them, I'm showing them tests, I'm showing them measurements that they are improving and that things are getting better. I'm saying treatment's working. I'm telling them what to do, what not to do. I'm really involved in the care. Next is I'm always showing them real data that they're improving. I'm not just like, hey, how do you feel? I'm like, hey, in this test, your shoulder was here. Now it's all the way up touching your head. Or you told me before, like when you got out of bed, you couldn't put your shoes on for, the first hour. Now you can do it when you first get up. Like real things, real functional progress instead of just like, hey, how do you feel? Next is don't apologize if they need more treatment. A lot of people are like, oh, I feel bad if I tell them to come in more often. I feel like I'm pushy or I'm trying to take their money. I got clients like this all the time. I have some that just come in every week because they're not willing to do the stuff in between. Like they sit at a desk for 27 hours a day. They beat the hell out of their bodies. They can't be bothered to go for a walk or drink water or be a normal human. So I say, hey, that'd be like going to the dentist and being like, I really can't brush and floss my teeth in between. So I don't really want any cavity. So I'll just say, okay, then just come in and get them cleaned every week and we'll take that out of there. So never apologize for what they need or if they need more treatment. If they need more treatment, just be honest and give them a true prescription of what they need. And this last one, it's kind of hard when you do it at first, but it really helps get the client out of their own way and make the best decision possible. So throughout the process, I'm never just selling one visit. I talk about this all the time. I'm selling phases as I go. So maybe in the first phase, I sell like 8 visits. Second phase, I sell like 4 to 6. And then in the last phase, I sell 4. And I'm always continuing with care as we go. And then before, like say it's the 3rd or 4th visit on the last phase there, what I'm going to do on that third visit is I'm going to talk to them about the care continuing forward. What we're going to do, be like, hey, now we're going to go once a month, or I'm going to see you once every 6 weeks. I never go any longer than about 6 weeks in between, as long as the client is doing their part. And we have that conversation. Then on that next visit, they know what the pricing is going to be, what they're going to do, and they know they're going to have to re-up that package. So we have that conversation on the last visit. So a lot of people wait and have this when the package is over, instead do it the visit before, so they can't kind of cop out of it, and they'll be like, oh, I'll just I'll call you back when it gets bad, or, stuff like that. If you did your education right, you did the process, you're not going to get that as much. But say they do, they're like, yeah, I'm just going to see how it goes. What I do is I have real consequences if they withdraw from care. I actually have them sign a termination document that says, hey, you're withdrawing from care, and that it's going to be at least anywhere from 2 to 3 months for them to get back in, because we do operate on a wait list. So it gives them like real tangible data that, like, yeah, you can go that way, but you ain't going to get in right away. Now, if you're not like a full practice right away, I understand. You're like, oh, I don't want to do that. But I'm telling you, this is going to hold your clients a lot more accountable. So even if you do that and say they come back like a month later and they do call and they want to get in, like that day, they're desperate, never get them in that day. Make them wait at least a couple days so they can realize that you are valuable and they need to take this seriously. Going forward, it's going to make a big difference. But don't feel bad about maintenance treatment. It's very important. Yeah, the chiropractors do it a weird way, but whatever. We're doing things that can actually help people and fix their problem and keep them going and keep them healthy as you go. So never apologize for treatment. That's all I got in the episode. I appreciate you listening or watching, and, send the questions in. I love doing these episodes. And as I close out every episode each week, go out there and be great this week. The world needs access to your amazing treatments so they can stay the hell away from the traditional medical model of pain pills, injections, and surgeries that only make things worse and ruins people's lives. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.